We're here this morning with Melanie Fiona. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for asking. First, let's just talk about your new album, The MF Life. What can we expect? What does it sound like? Who's on it with you? That kind of stuff.
Sounds like awesomeness.
Good.
You can expect greatness. And no, for real, I'm just very, very proud of this album. I think that it's for music lovers, not genre specific. It's a very soulful album, but it's painted with the colors, I think, of different genres that inspire me: rock, hip hop, reggae, R&B, pop, everything. And so, in Melanie Fiona fusion fashion, I've called upon, I think, some great artists and friends of mine that I respect and really felt like they could bring some life to this album. And I've worked with B.O.B. on this album, J. Cole, Nas, John Legend, and there's also a deluxe version of the album which gives 17 songs. And it's about the ups and downs of life and love, and there's no uncharted territory on this album, and I really bared my soul. And I think that it was not just for me, but for, I think, the people that need to, I think, celebrate music emotionally. Cry, laugh, sing, dance a little. I think that there's an emotion on there for everybody, and I'm just very, very proud of this album.
Well, and there was a quote in your bio that I thought was interesting that said, the key thing I want to impress upon anyone who listens to the MF Life is the idea it's possible to learn from everything that comes at you, which I think is great.
Absolutely.
What have you learned since your last album came out that maybe influenced this?
Oh, I've learned that life is filled with ups and downs, and there's strength and beauty in the moments in between and in the ride. It's almost beyond our control. So you just have to let go and figure out how you're gonna, live your MF life. Pretty much. That's where it came from. And life is, magnificent, fantastic. It's MF. Whatever that means to you, all puns intended, a little tongue in cheek. Both on both levels, highs and lows, and I wanted people to know that they're not alone. We all go through it.
Is there some songs you can think of maybe when you were at a low point in your life that really helped you pull out of them?
Wow, that's an interesting. No one ever asks me that question. They usually say, like, "What's your song?" And I'd be like, "Oh, it's Ayo." It's Love. It's Watch Me Work of my songs. But songs that I think have pulled me out. Right now, I'll tell you this. Climax by Usher is like one of my most favorite songs, just because I feel like I relate very much, where you've been in a relationship that has hit its climax. And it's a brilliant song, and that's actually just helps me, because I feel like it's not my songs that I need to sing to help heal whatever I need to go through. Usher's giving me a song now that's making me feel great. But there's so many songs. I love Amy Winehouse, Lauryn Hill, Everything Is Everything, Bob Marley's Redemption Song, The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston. Just very positive records, I think, that you can relate to.
Well, it's kind of cool you mentioned Usher, because I know he said sort of the same thing you said about the title of your album, where it's like a bunch of different things, the same thing's going on with Climax. He's like, it could be dirty, but it could be.
Well, the thing is that when I first heard the song, I was like, oh, it's a song about sex. Here we go. And then I heard it in the car, and I like damn near cried tears, like, oh, yes, Usher, I know. And then he's just singing his ass off. Oh, can I say that?
Yeah, you can.
Guy? Yeah, he's singing his ass off, and that's just respectable as an artist, as a vocalist. I appreciate what he's done vocally, but lyrically and just emotionally, he got it on that record for me. That's the first record that's moved me like that in a long time.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
When you look for people to collaborate with you on your album, is there something you look for in them before you let's go into a studio and put something out?
I have to respect them. I have to respect what they do. I have to be a fan of them. And I kind of have to have a respect for how they carry themselves and what they represent as an artist, because I feel that I stand by my integrity a lot and in my own music. So I would never want to be affiliated or associated with someone that I don't think represents a similar type of mentality or brand or purpose in what they're doing.
Sure.
And as long as it's positive, all the artists that I've worked with, I think, embody that. And I'm very pleased and thankful and appreciative of all the artists, from John Legend, Common, The Roots, CeeLo Green, and then the artists I mentioned on my album.
Well, and I heard that to get the collaboration with CeeLo Green, you actually accosted him in his dressing room or something.
I did.
What did he do when you did that?
He just sat there and looked at me and laughed, and he sang my song "It Kills Me," because I was like, I don't know if you know me, but I really want to work with you. And he's like, it kills me. He started singing my song. I was like, oh, ice has been broken. You know who I am. I don't look like a crazy stalker. But it worked out. You know, he did actually end up reaching out, and we did Fool for You, and great things have amounted from that. So, you know, I think that there's something to be said about going for it.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I actually saw a video of you from a couple of years ago when you were nominated for a Grammy the first time, where they just asked you, what's it like to be nominated? You almost started crying, like just the thought.
I remember that interview. It was the first person to ask me, and I started crying again.
So what was it like to actually win the Grammy then? 2 of them.
It was so humbling and such an honor. And I had a different, you know, the excitement of what I felt to be nominated the first time out was what overwhelmed me. I couldn't believe that people had even paid attention to who I was at so soon in my career. You know, now it's been 3 years since I've put out music, and to collaborate this time around, and I just feel like I'm doing something right, you know, and it's an honor to feel that I'm gaining the respect and the, you know, the attention of people in the music industry, and, you know, fans all worldwide, and that's humbling, you know. I just love what I do. And if I can be recognized and be a part of music history for that, then, you know, that's such a testament, I think, to success for me. And, you know, I just feel like it just encourages me to just keep doing things, because I feel like aside from awards, there's something positive I can contribute and offer just to the world, and I think people who hear my music. So what a dream come true.
Yeah,
that's all I can say that it was, is just in the true definition of a dream coming true. You either envision doing something or not doing it, and I was fortunate to do it twice this year. Yeah. So I'm encouraged.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
By the way.
Thank you.
When you get a day off, when you're on tour or doing promo or whatever, what do you like to do?
Sleep. Sleep, eat, do laundry, things that I don't get to do. Go to the grocery store. I just paint my nails, be a girl. I don't know, you know, I'm very low key. I don't party. You know, I kind of just decompress. If I can get up here to see my family, I could do that. Just reset. Anything that I can do to reset. And that's usually things that make me feel very normal, very slow, very calm. But sleep and eat and shop. God, I love to shop. But I try to do that on the road too.
Yeah. When you're in a new city for the first time, is there something that's instinctive to you, like, I want to go here to learn what this city's about?
I got to find out what they're known for food-wise and go. That's rule number 1. Got to know what they're known for. It's pizza, cheesesteaks, pasta, whatever it is, oysters, whatever. I got to go experience it.
Do you have a favorite sort of style of food, like Italian or whatever?
I love Italian food.
Italian? Okay.
Love Italian food. So bad. But so cheesy and starchy and carby, so delicious.
It's basically everything you aren't supposed
to eat.
Basically
everything I'm not supposed to eat. I'm pretty good about my diet, though. I've changed my diet a lot in the last few years, I think, to accommodate and to assist in, like, the type of lifestyle that I need to live. So I love food, though. I love it. It's a huge part of my personality and what I like to do to socialize. So I could never just diet all the way and be like, oh no, I can't eat dessert today.
Every day. If someone was coming, even if it was another musician who had a day to stop in Toronto, which is where you're from, where would you tell them to go first to get to know the city?
Ooh, I would tell them to go to Eaton Center.
Okay.
Got to go to the Eaton Center, because from there you can kind of do anything. It's kind of, I think, a good, like, point that you need to go. It's a huge shopping mall. Of course, everybody loves to shop when they go to a new city. You got Dundas Square, Yonge Street.
I read an interview, it was like a relationship advice interview almost that you done, where it seemed like you were just repeating yourself, like honesty and respect are the 2 most important things. Does it ever blow your mind a little bit that's not more obvious to people?
Yeah, I do. I just think that for some reason, people have a hard time telling the truth. I don't know why. Just be honest, you know? I'd respect someone more for being honest. You can't respect a liar. There's 2 words that just don't go together. So, you know, I'd rather have somebody tell me I hate you and mean it than say I love you and don't mean it. Yeah. You know? It's just the way it is.
It's so refreshing sometimes.
Yeah, and I keep it real too. And that's something I think that I've grown and learned in my experiences of life and love. is you got to be true to yourself and how you're feeling, because you only have to answer to yourself at the end of the day. Really.
It's true. And if you're out with someone for the first time, what is sort of your ideal like first date or first thing to go do with somebody to get to know them?
Eat. Eat. I'm all about this food.
Yeah.
I just like, I think you can learn a lot about somebody over dinner. You can tell a lot about their mannerisms, their choice of food, what they're open to. And I'm a foodie, so if I go to dinner with somebody and I'm like, oh, this is my favorite thing, you have to try it, and they're like, no, I don't eat that. And if I say, well, have you ever tried it? And they say, no, but I don't like it. Well, how do you know you don't like it if you haven't tried it? It's an instant turn off for me. Mm-hmm. That I'm not open to try things, instant turn off. But I think when you're away from the distractions of the internet and, media, and it's just one-on-one conversation, I think you can really get a chance to know somebody very quickly.
It's cool, too, when you have those moments of silence and you see how somebody reacts when there's like an
moments of silence. Are they awkward?
Yeah.
Eye contact? Are they fidgety? How comfortable are they? And I feel like the key to a first date is to not treat it like a first date.
Yeah.
Treat it like you're hanging out with a friend, because instantly that pressure of, do you like me? Do I like you? I don't know. Let's just see if we actually just like each other as people before I decide if I want to date you. I just don't classify any time hanging out with anybody as a date until we're dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And so is there anybody that you haven't worked with yet that you would just love to work with in the studio, write with, anything like that?
I'd love to work with Alicia Keys. I would love to work with Stevie Wonder. I would love to work with Kanye West. I think that those three artists I'm very, very much inspired by and respect at most. And so I feel like they all bring something beautiful to their craft, and that's what makes them unique.
Well, I know you've toured with Alicia and Kanye.
I have.
If you got to do one of those tours over, which one would you pick? Like, because it was amazing, or because you wish you could have done better, or for whatever reason?
Interesting. It's an interesting question. The Alicia Keys tour was just perfect. It was just such an amazing experience for me. And I can't say there was anything that I would have done over, because it was my first tour after people knowing my music. If I had to choose, I would say Kanye, just because it was a shorter run, and I probably would have been a little bit more fearless, I think, going into it now. But I did get that from him. From the second show, he told me, he's like, you've got everything you need. He's like, now get out there and give him something to remember. And so knowing that now and how I've built up my chops, I think that if I got on that hip-hop tour again, it could have been, I could be a lot stronger now this time around.
What goes through your head when you hear something like that from somebody who you respect and admire that much?
Listen.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Pay attention, and this is valuable information from somebody who's been on the front lines and is giving you some knowledge. And that is, it's respectable. He doesn't have to give his opinion or his 2 cents to compliment, respect. He doesn't have to do any of it. But to know that he's advising me or guiding me in any sort of positive direction, and I've taken those exact words that he told me, and I've remembered that going forward in building my own show now for my own fans, and it definitely makes for my best show yet, for sure.
So looking forward at the next few months or over the next year, what can we expect from you?
More videos, music videos. This time, Change the Record, Wrong Side of a Love Song. I'm going to be out on the road promoting this album. I'm going to be doing a lot more charity work, which I'm excited about, which benefits a lot of women's causes. I've already done some stuff in the past with breast cancer, as well as women who've been incarcerated and have been released. So I want to do a lot of programs with girls in music this year too. So just getting out there. I want to do some merchandise and fashion stuff for ladies. I have some really, really great ideas that I'm excited about that I think are important for women to know, because I consider myself to be a working, functioning woman. I'm just in a different profession.
Sure.
So I want to make things that are going to, be tailored to women and make our lives a little easier, because we already have it hard enough.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
It's a real pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.